What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Get Jaby. I'm Achara KIRK, joined by Jaby Koay. I'm doing the intro today because this is a segment that I have been wanting to do forever, although I have absolutely no idea what we're going to call it. But basically, I'm going to share some of my favorite rom-coms, romantic movies with Jaby because Mr. Jaby Koay here is a self-confessed, I don't like rom-coms. I don't like romantic movies. I want to show him some good ones and see if I can change his mind. So the very first one we're going to be checking out is the 1999 classic, 10 Things I Hate About You, which is starring the late Heath Ledger, as well as Julia Stiles and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I forgot he was in this movie. That's a great cast, Jaby.
Yes, it is.
And also, fun fact, this is based on the Shakespearean play 10 Things... no, not even... That's wrong.
The great Shakespearean play.
10 Things I Hate About You, also known as The Taming of the Shrew.
Great Shakespearean play. Yo, dude, where's my car?
That one was also a very great adaptation of Shakespeare. If you know, you know. You don't know nothing because it wasn't.
All right, so you guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, which most likely you are, then you'll see a cut-down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. But if you want to watch the whole thing with us, uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/JabyKoay, or you can become a member of this channel so you can watch the whole film with us, but you will need your own copy of the film. We are watching it on Amazon Prime Video. You can watch it on YouTube, many places you can rent it out. You'll need your own copy of the movie so you can open it up in an adjacent window to our reaction, and it's like you're watching it with two of your favorite pals from the internet. Now, if you're watching this on memberships or Patreon already, thanks so much for supporting us here. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, please, bell icon, all notifications, and vote this up to let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. Here we go.
So excited!
Baggy pants.
Rollerblades.
I remember baggy pants.
Yeah. Oh my god, the socks and sandals thing, though, that has to stop. Do people still do that?
Linus Tech Tips does that.
Ugh.
Miss Perky. Jesus, he was young. I used to watch him on Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah, I know. Wow. Okay.
Jesus.
Everyone needs a side hustle.
I've got Deviants to see and a novel to finish. Now scoot. Scoot! Okay.
His acting style has not changed in 20 years. Wow, Robin and Joker. That's wild.
Says here you exposed yourself in the cafeteria.
I was joking with the lunch lady. It was a bratwurst.
Bratwurst? Aren't we the optimist?
That's very wildly inappropriate.
Bratwurst? What is
It's a type of sausage.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he was saying the name of the... Gotcha.
Yes.
Old Macintosh computer.
Over there, we've got your basic beautiful people. Now listen, unless they talk to you first, don't bother.
Oh, wait, is that your rule or theirs?
Watch. Hey there.
Eat me.
You see that?
They're in Seattle, Washington, but they sound like they're from... They sound like they're from the East Coast or something.
Yeah, but see, there's a difference between like and love. Because I like my Skechers, but I love my Prada backpack.
But I love my Skechers.
That's because you don't have a Prada backpack.
Oh.
I used to have a crush on her.
On Gabrielle Union?
Yeah.
Widely known fact that the Stratford sisters aren't allowed to date.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Whatever.
I feel like he's high school you.
In a lot of ways, sure.
I guess in this society, being male and an asshole makes you worthy of our time.
What did I miss?
The oppressive patriarchal values that dictate our education.
Good.
Oh, so she's the shrew.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Kat, I want to thank you for your point of view. I know how difficult it must be for you to overcome all those years of upper middle class suburban oppression. Yeah, go to the office. You're pissing me off.
What? Mr. Morgan?
Later.
What's changed in 20 years, honestly?
I know, right?
Crimson cape at the sight of Reginald's stiff and...
They're doing a Hitchcock effect on this.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
I've never seen that before. A Hitchcock effect that pauses in between.
I hear you were terrorizing Mr. Morgan's class again.
Expressing my opinion is not a terrorist action.
The way you expressed your opinion to Bobby Ridgway. The point is, Kat. Kat. What? Heinous bitch is the term used most often.
Wow, she's something else.
You might want to work on that.
She is wildly inappropriate.
Yes.
Thank you for your excellent guidance. I'll let you get back to Reginald's quivering member.
You want to take a shot? Be my guest. She's actually looking for a French tutor.
Are you serious? That's perfect.
Do you speak French?
Well, no, but I will.
Very optimistic.
You, sweet young things like her.
Ew. Okay, just jump in the car.
Hey, don't have to walk.
Remove head from sphincter, then drive.
She's pretty aggro.
It's your girlfriend's sister.
Wait, that's Bianca's sister?
Stay cool, bro.
Yeah, see you later.
Oh no. What the hell? Oh my god.
Oh man, that's the worst. In front of everybody.
Oh no. What did he land in?
Okay. That went better than expected.
Oh, I hope it's not poison ivy or something.
That could have been really bad.
Yeah.
It's definitely Seattle.
Yeah.
That look. It's the overcast weather.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely the, like, what year was this? The 90s?
1999, I think.
Yeah, this is like...
God,
this
how
is very much a
depressing.
product of its time. With the end-to-end rock music.
Yeah.
Old rule out. New rule. Bianca can date when she does.
Oh, interesting balancing act.
Ingenious, Dad.
You'll never date. Oh, I like that.
Ski off cliffs. It'd be like extreme dating.
You think you could find someone that extreme? And you do that for me?
Hell yes. I mean, you know, I could look into it.
He's so adorable.
Yeah.
Would any of you be interested in dating Katarina Stratford?
Maybe if we were the last two people alive and there were no sheep. Are there sheep?
Jesus.
Listen,
How do we get him to date Kat?
we could pay him, but we don't have any money.
Yeah, well, what we need is a backer. Someone with money who's stupid.
We know exactly who.
She can't go out with you because her sister is this insane head case and no one will go out with her, right?
Does this conversation have a purpose?
What I think you need to do is...
That's mean.
Yeah.
That guy? I'll think about it.
You can leave now.
We let him pretend he's calling the shots. While he's busy setting things up, you have time with Bianca.
That is a good idea. Yeah, all right.
I have a dick on my face, don't I?
I hope that wasn't permanent marker.
Yeah. That's Kat Stratford. I want you to go out with her. I can't take out her sister until Kat starts dating.
You're gonna pay me to take out some chick.
$20.
$20?
Come on now. 100.
$50 and we got a deal, Fabio.
I mean, okay. I guess 50
That's
bucks
how-
for a high school student
That's basically how I got my first high school girlfriend.
by being bribed to date her.
I was bribed into it, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Run, Bogey!
So stupid.
Where'd you get the pearls?
My mom's.
And you've been what, hiding them for 3 years?
No, Daddy found them in a drawer last week.
So you're just gonna start wearing them now?
It's not like she's coming back to claim them. They look good on me.
That gives us some insight.
Mm-hmm.
What is it, asshole day? Do you mind?
Not at all.
He's a real douchebag.
What a jerk. Oh no!
Oh no! Nice car too.
I want you to trust me to make my own choices, and I want you to stop trying to control my life just because you can't control yours.
Wow.
Did you just maim Joey's car?
Yeah, looks like you're gonna have to take the bus.
Has the fact that you're completely psycho managed to escape your attention?
God. I'd hate to be him.
$100 a date. In advance.
Forget it.
Well, forget her sister then.
Bogey Lowenstein is having a party. It's the perfect opportunity for you to take out Kat. This is gonna be some party.
Oh, that was the guy with the golf. 90s soundtracks were really fun.
Oh, yes.
Weren't they?
Were you waiting for my acknowledgement?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you had a lot of rock bands back then that were like all over the radio. They were popular. They're mostly gone and antiquated now, you know? What do we have now? The yeah-yeah-yeahs and...
So you're going to Bogey Lounbrows thing on Friday night?
Yeah, I might.
Good. Because, you know, I'm not going to bother if you won't be there.
Gosh.
It's so stupid.
You're asking me to investigate the inner workings of my sister's twisted mind? I don't think so.
Well, nothing else has worked. I mean, we need to go behind enemy lines here.
Class schedule, reading list, date book, concert tickets.
He's at her house? He's doing all right for himself.
Yeah.
She wants to have sex someday, that's what. You don't buy black lingerie unless you want someone to see it.
Can I see your room?
A girl's room is very personal.
As they're rummaging around in her sister's room. So clearly underage.
Don't touch anything. You may get hepatitis.
You know who he reminds me of a little bit?
You?
No. He reminds me of the goofy guy from Cobra Kai, the tall, lanky one.
Oh, yeah, Dimitri.
Bianca said that Kat likes pretty guys.
Are you telling me I'm not a pretty guy?
He's very pretty.
Yeah,
So I'm supposed to buy her some noodles and a book and sit around listening to chicks who can't play their instruments, right?
Oh, my lord.
Rude.
Your favorite band's playing there tomorrow night.
I can't be seen at Club Skunk, all right?
But she'll be there. She's got tickets.
Listen, assail your ears for one night.
God damn.
He has a pair of black underwear.
Couldn't hurt, right?
I've never heard that rule before.
No. I mean...
I would wear black underwear just to hide skid marks.
I mean, yeah, also to hide period.
Just to hide period blood? That's a lot of chicks.
Yeah.
You gotta take me to that. You gotta take me to that club
exactly.
when
That's
we go
where
back
you go
to Seattle.
pick up.
Do these kinds of clubs even exist anymore, though? Like, everything's hip-hop now.
No, you can still go to... There are still venues.
I guess it is Seattle.
Yeah.
This is very, like, shocker level.
Yeah, you know, just some low-key stalking. That's how you get a girl.
He's smiling naturally. He's into her.
Yeah. Look at his trousers. So shiny.
If you're planning on asking me out again, you might as well just get it over.
Do you mind? You're kind of ruining this for me. You know, these guys in no bikini kill all the raincoats. They're not bad.
Oh my god, he's doing such a good job.
Yeah.
I was watching you out there before. I've never seen you look so sexy.
Oh my god.
Come to Bogey's party with me. I'll see you at 9:30 then.
This is so cute. I can't.
Where are we going?
Well, if you must know, a small study group of friends.
Otherwise known as an orgy?
Jesus.
Fine, I'll make an appearance.
It's starting.
It's just a party, Daddy.
I want you to wear the belly.
The belly?
Daddy, no.
What is the belly?
You're gonna see.
Just around the living room for a minute so you can understand the full weight of your decisions.
I am perfectly
Listen
aware.
to me. Every time you even think,
It's a real thing.
I want you to picture wearing this under your halter top.
You are so completely unbalanced.
Nah.
We're going now.
All right, wait a minute. No drinking, no drugs, no kissing, no tattoos, no piercings,
Oh
no
my
ritual
God.
animal slaughters of any kind. Oh, God, I'm giving them ideas.
That was basically my mom.
I'm driving.
Who knocked up your sister?
That she didn't wear the Kenneth Coles with that dress because she thought that, you know, it was a mixing genres, right? And the fact that I noticed, and this is a direct quote, listen, really meant something.
You told me that part already.
He looks like a young Elvis.
How do I look?
Look like my great uncle Milton.
You think I should lose the tie?
Looks like Elvis and Oscar Isaac combined.
Right?
The last party I went to was at Chuck E. Cheese. You want to talk about some fun? That's a good time.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely sounds East Coast. Like, he definitely does not sound like he's from Seattle.
I wouldn't. Well, yeah, I don't really know if I.
Seattle just sounds like us.
Okay.
Well, not you, me.
Must be Nigel with the brie.
The brie. That is the brie.
Was this what he was expecting?
No, because he threw out all the invitations. This was supposed to be like an exclusive, like, Ivy Leaguers party.
I'm thinking of getting a Tercel. Yeah, that's a Toyota.
That's such a low-grade Toyota. Oh, my God. The Tercel was, like, lower than the Corolla.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You guys, please, take it outside!
Oh, man. That sucks.
Ruh-roh.
I'm getting trashed, man. Isn't that what you're supposed to do at a party?
I don't know. I say do what you want to do.
Funny. You're the only one. Later.
What? You're the only one what?
Who's not getting trashed right now? What the hell?
Lord of the dance.
Oh, my God. What a reference.
You really look amazing.
Got the Sears catalog thing going and the tube sock.
So boring. I can't help it. Every time I see him, especially when he's like glowering like that, I'm like, that's a baby Jaby.
Party all of a sudden suck.
So emo.
Who makes out like this in real life? If you're making out that aggressively, then you're doing it wrong.
My man! How did you get her to do it?
Do what?
Act like a human.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, that's why she did Save the Last Dance.
Uh-huh. Whoa.
She bleeding?
Joey is not half the man you are. Secondly, don't let anyone ever make you feel like you don't deserve what you want. Go for it.
Wow.
Facts.
Wow.
God, I love Heath Ledger in this.
Let me sit down for a while.
Okay.
Wow. There's no mat under there.
That was just like a trust exercise.
Your eyes have a little green in them.
All over his shoes. That sucks.
So romantic.
See what guys got to deal with? This is what men have to deal with.
I have to be home in 20 minutes. You know, I don't have to be home till 2.
Chastity?
Hey, you passed.
True colors
These are your friends.
finally reveal themselves.
Hey, Cameron, do you think you could give me a ride home?
You're not as vile as I thought you were.
Maybe we should do this another time.
Never do that ever. Never, never, never. Never do that ever. You do that once, you just never get your chance again. Never. That's the lesson I learned. Never.
He's being a gentleman.
No.
She's drunk.
Don't. No. She was sober enough. If a woman presents the opportunity, you never say no. You
What if you don't want to?
No, you usually you do want to, but you're trying to be a nice guy, so you don't, and then the opportunity's gone forever. It's like, fuck. Never, never, never do that.
You know, just because you're beautiful, that doesn't mean that you can treat people like they don't matter.
I thought she was going to say that.
I defended you when people called you conceited. I helped you when you asked me to. I learned French for you, and then you just blow me off so you can...
Okay.
See? All a woman's got to do to shut a dude up. Get physical. Physical.
Oh, a butterfly tee.
Huh?
It's just like the butterflies on the t-shirts and stuff.
They couldn't get Smash Mouth? They had to get a cover?
Who could refrain that had a heart to love? And in that heart,
Courage to make love known.
it's Macbeth, right?
Right.
I have this friend, and he likes your friend.
What are they gonna do?
All right, I talked to her. I got the scoop.
What'd she say?
Hates him with the fire of 1,000 suns. That's a direct quote.
Thanks, Malcolm. That's very comforting.
We don't know. She could need a day to cool off.
Wait, what? I'm confused about what the objective is here.
Well, they want to try and get her on side still, but she's really mad at him. Because he didn't kiss her, right?
Oh. I forgot that they were frenzies.
Yeah.
You're concentrating awfully hard considering it's gym class.
Can I help you?
I want to talk to you about prom.
Oh my god.
Look, you know the deal. I can't go if Pat doesn't go.
Your sister is going.
Since when?
Oh, let's just say I'm taking care of it.
He's so slimy.
Here, this should take care of the flowers, the limo, the tux,
Well,
everything.
unfortunately, that shit works
Just
in real
make sure
life.
She gets to the prom.
You know what? I'm sick of playing your little game.
Well, okay, wait. You sick of, let's say, 300?
He's gonna get found out. She's gonna know. She's gonna get mad. Come on, this happens in every movie. she's gonna find out. She's gonna be pissed. You only went out with me for money? No, I really liked you. Seriously. Legit. Had feelings. All that. I'm so sorry. Let me hang out outside your door for the third act. For 3 days. Like a Zach Braff movie.
All right, just watch the damn movie, okay?
The character they established of him is not reminiscent of the character they established of him at all.
He's
the guy
just
who was drilling holes into
misunderstood.
books and like eating frogs or whatever it was. Ducks.
Yeah, you never saw him eat the duck. It's all rumors.
Ooh, someone still has her panties in a twist.
Don't for 1 minute think that you had any effect whatsoever on my panties.
Then what did I have an effect on?
Other than my upchuck reflex, nothing.
He's like, it's working.
Huh?
He's like, it's working. She's starting to like me again. At least she's talking to me.
Sweet love, renew thy force.
Nachos in high school? Totally unrealistic. You'd never
Don't
get
say shit like
that.
that to me. People can hear you.
Not in public school.
You embarrass the girl. Sacrifice yourself.
Like you'd get archery class in public school.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I've never done anything like this. Ever since I watched Saved by the Bell, like this is kind of like a dream.
Really?
You're just too good to be true.
Just to take over the DJ station and just...
Can't take my eyes off of you.
I can't sing to save my life, but... Maybe I could.
I wanna hold you
If it was baritone, some Johnny Cash shit.
At long last, love.
That's pretty slick.
Can't take my eyes off of you.
Aww.
What high school kid would know that song, even in the 90s? Why is he getting arrested?
It's just security. That's some nice school, though.
Yeah. Oh, I guess they would have nachos.
Okay, but how do we get them to look like?
Like this. Now that you've seen the plan, I'm gonna go and show the plan to someone else.
She would have gotten kicked out of that school.
Yeah.
You're supposed to shoot.
I
Why are
know.
they throwing it? You're supposed to shoot it.
Maybe this is like a different type of paintball.
I wonder if all of these locations actually still exist in Seattle. Because obviously this is, you know, a landmark film. Like, everybody knows this movie. It wouldn't surprise me if they kept all this as, like, tourist attractions. Oh, that sucks. How mean.
She fell for it.
That's closer how you're supposed to make out.
Oh.
Like, as
what
opposed
advice?
Well, I mean, he's doing it gently as opposed to the other fucktards earlier in the movie who were just like, just mashing faces. I'm like, that's not how you kiss. You're fixing to get a bruise if you do that.
They took off their protective eyewear. It's a bad idea.
So now I need to have a motive to want to be with you. You need therapy. You know that? Has anyone ever told you that? Nothing. There is nothing in it for me. Just the pleasure of your company.
Why are you smoking?
Wait a minute. That's not on this page.
Laisse-toi te demander en question, Cameron. Comment demanderais-tu de sortir avec toi?
Aren't they already going out? I thought they were...
No, not really.
She kissed him.
I mean, yeah, but it's not official. Oh.
I remember those.
7.
7.
Good.
I guess I thought I was protecting you.
By not letting me experience anything for myself?
Not all experiences are good, Bianca. You can't always trust the people you want to.
Well, I guess I'll never know, will I?
Golly.
She's just trying
That
to be
went
a
well.
good sister.
Well, she found this guy who's actually kind of perfect for her, which is actually kind of perfect for me because Cameron asked me to go to the prom and I really, really, really want to go. And since Kat won, I guess I'm allowed to based on the aforementioned rule and its previous stipulations, of course.
I know every cop in town, bucko.
Did you have a live band at prom?
No. Why would they be singing that song at prom?
Why not?
Because they wouldn't. This came out just... I don't want to date myself. No. No.
I'm really sorry that I questioned your motives. I was wrong.
Not really.
Ready for the prom?
Yes, ma'am.
They don't have a lot of time to wrap this movie up. How are they going to do this?
Oh, you'll see.
So she slept with him.
Yeah.
Julia Stiles slept with him and was okay with her younger sister dating him.
She didn't want him to. She knew it was a douchebag.
Oh, Mandela, please tell me you have
But she wanted her to make her own decisions, I guess. Because her whole thing is like not doing what people tell her to do.
A lady.
Good sir.
Oh, that worked out.
Yeah. Oh, cute dance moves, guys.
Were they?
Yes.
Were they?
Congratulations, he's all yours. Very generous, princess. And just so you know, Joey only liked you for one reason. He even had a bet going with his friends. He's gonna nail you tonight.
I didn't pay you to take out Kat so that some little punk could snake me with Bianca.
There you go.
All right, that's enough, okay? You crossed the line.
Oh, come on, get up, you little punk. Oh!
God damn.
That's for making my day bleed. That's for my sister.
Oh!
And that's for me.
Kat, it wasn't like that, okay?
Really, what was it like? A down payment now and then a bonus for sleeping with me?
No, I didn't care about the money, okay? I cared about you.
You are so not who I thought you were.
Yeah, that's not gonna work, dude.
I'm surprised he didn't chase after her. Then again, it is a movie.
Oh. Jaby would have been like, no, come back. Let me prove my love to you.
I mean, you know, she's pissed. You're supposed to go and say, hey, I'm sorry still.
I don't know if I ever thanked you for going last night, but it really meant a lot to me.
Hey,
Hey.
you ready?
So awkward.
So tell me about this dance. Was it hopping?
The part where Bianca beat the hell out of some guy.
Bianca did what?
What's the matter? Upset that I rubbed off on her?
You know, fathers don't like to admit it when their daughters are capable of running their own lives. It means we've become spectators. Bianca still lets me play a few innings. You've had me on the bench for years. Don't tell me you changed your mind. Why would you send him a check?
I assume everyone has found time to complete their poem, except for Mr. Donner, who has an excuse. Chef, lose the glasses. All right. Anyone brave enough to read theirs aloud?
This is where he comes. Oh, okay, come on.
I will.
Lord, here we go.
He hates her so much.
I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive my car. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big dumb combat boots and the way you read my mind. I hate you so much it makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme. I hate it when you're not around and the fact that you didn't call. But mostly I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close. Not even a little bit. Not even at all.
Why are you just sitting there, guy? Jesus. Why is he just sitting there? Oh, wow. He remembered. Oh, jeez.
He took all that money and bought her a guitar.
Is it for me?
Yeah, I thought you could use it, you know, when you start your band. Besides, I had some extra cash, you know. Some asshole paid me to take out this really great girl. Yeah, but I screwed up. I fell for her.
Really?
It's not every day you find a girl who'll flash someone to get you out of detention.
You can't just buy me a guitar every time you screw up, you know.
Yeah, I know. But then, you know, there's always drums and bass and maybe even one day a tambourine.
Oh, okay, it's over.
It's over. All right. What did you think, Jaby Koay?
Not terrible.
That's like a glowing review coming from you.
Not terrible.
All right. Okay, tell me more. Tell me more.
I don't know if you all caught it, but there was a black bean in my teeth for good 2/3 of the movie that I was just living there. Took a bathroom break and noticed it. I was like, "Oh, that's cute. That's gonna win the ladies over." Like Heath Ledger. It was a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's definitely a product of its time.
Yeah, it definitely hit different watching it now with, like, what is it, 20
Over 20 years
yeah.
removed. Yeah, I mean,
And
if it
it's
came
like,
out if it came out in 99, then it's 23 years removed. So
Yeah.
it definitely feels like a product of its time, but I mean, it's based on a classic story, and so the underlying premise, I feel like, is quite classic.
Yes.
And so, you know, they have well-defined characters in there, and they managed to, within this time span of 100 minutes, manage to have full-blown arcs and changes in a lot of characters. And there's a lot of movies that I've seen that are 2.5 hours and don't accomplish all that with, like, 5 characters.
Right.
Or fewer, you know? And so the fact that they managed to do that and give a contemporary flair on the Shakespearean classic was actually a really, really cool idea that I refused to acknowledge at the time. Because at that particular time, I was just trying to get some girls myself. Like, I was too preoccupied with that. And I was probably watching, like, Jackie Chan movies and just martial arts stuff in general. And that was my predominant focus at that time.
This wasn't really your vibe.
Not at all.
Yeah.
If I did watch anything in this category, it was like Crazy Stupid or whatever that movie was called with Kristen Dunst.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot
that
what that
one.
was called. There was a couple of films I had to watch that were in that category because of the girl that I was into at the time.
Right.
But this was not one of those movies. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's not a film I would ever watch again. But I did enjoy certain elements of it. It was an interesting time machine to go back into the 90s and just see, like, the kind of films that were aimed at teens at the time. And interestingly, like, aside from Heath Ledger, a lot of the cast did feel like they were in high school, because there's a lot of, like, Saved by the Bell is a classic example. You got these people who look like grown-ups,
right,
that are in high school, right? Like, Joseph Gordon-Levitt looked like he was in high school, as well as Santa Claus's elf. I can't remember the actor's name, but he looked like he was in high school, even though he behaved like a 22-year-old.
Yeah, and I think Heath Ledger's character was supposed to be a little bit older anyway, because there was the excuse that he took a year off of school or
He's also
whatever.
Australian, so he gets a
Yeah.
pass. I mean, people... I'd say white people across the ocean always look older for some reason. Whether they're Irish or Australian, they just look older. And he's 18, right? And so that makes sense, actually, now that I think about it. I wish there were more moments between him and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I think that's the thing. It's like, the film is... It's a very tight movie.
Yeah.
With a very, very sharp focus on what it wants to do. And I wish that it actually almost breathed a little bit more or put more attention to other things, like the bonds between the bros. I mean, but that would aim it more at me, I suppose. But like the Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Heath Ledger could have had a cool dynamic in the film that just it went nowhere. They had one scene together, really.
Right.
And that was it.
Like, I like Julia Stiles as well, but definitely the standout for me in this movie has always been Heath Ledger, because this was the first movie I remember watching him in where I actually, like, really paid attention to him. Like, initially when I first saw him, honestly, I was like, I don't really fancy him. I didn't understand why he was the main character just based off of looks. Like, at the time, I was just like, I don't get it. But then watching him in this, and at the time watching him in this, I was like, it's his whole personality. It's his demeanor. It's his cheeky smile. And it's how, like, quite charming he is all throughout the movie. And, like, you just end up really liking him in much the same way as Julia Stiles is falling for him in this movie, because it's hard not to.
Yeah, I mean, the movie's not perfect, though. Like, the story's
Oh,
not
yeah,
perfect.
no,
There's a lot of issues with it, though.
definitely not.
Like, I mean, I feel like the movie lacked a very necessary monologue from Heath Ledger. We needed something to explain why he was the way he was, and we never quite got that.
You know what's weird? Because I think I watched this once so long ago. In my mind, in my memory, I remembered a monologue that he did, but it was actually Julia Stiles' monologue. And I thought that he had done the monologue, and then when she got up there, I was like, oh no, that's right. She did the monologue.
Yeah,
it
memory's
wasn't
fallible.
him. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, he needed a monologue to explain why he was the way he was. Joseph Gordon-Levitt walked up to him and he literally drilled into his book. That's not a normal character. That is a very edgy dude. And all that just went to the wayside in favor of this other guy that the movie wanted him to be. And I'm like, yeah, but you didn't earn that, though. It just happened. And I'm like, all right, I'll go along with it because that's the kind of movie this is. But
Right.
he didn't actually earn that transition, if that makes any sense.
Sure.
Everything wrapped up in a nice, neat little bow really, really fast, as movies tended to do back then.
Yeah.
And that's just par for the course with the late 90s, you know? I mean, just the 90s in general. If someone character screws up, it's got to be wrapped up inside of 5 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes, tops. Like, the character, it has to be fixed.
Yeah.
Because you're nearing the end of the film, and the audience isn't going to wait around for that to work itself out over the course of 45 minutes, like you can do in a TV show. Like, you can spread out mistakes, like in Friends, Ross and Rachel, you can spread out mistakes over the course of several episodes so characters can develop that forgiveness and whatnot.
Sure.
In a movie, it's got to happen quick. It was nice, is the easiest way to put it. There were some nice moments. It's interesting how provocative it was with some of the humor, but I guess that's just how humor has been for a long time, ever since Animal House. Like, humor has been pushing that envelope for a while. I'm surprised that they got away with some of that, given that it's like a PG-13 film.
Yeah.
Like,
some of the stuff with the teachers, looking at it now, I'm like, oh, that was, quite
racy.
Quite racy, but at the
Speaking
time,
of
it didn't
which,
really bother me.
That teacher, you're looking at it from two different perspectives now. Like, you're looking at it as a grown-up, first off, old enough to have a child. And second, you're also looking at it through the lens of today with different parameters.
Right, yeah, because it probably would not fly today.
There's lots of things like that back then that would not fly today, but also we're older.
Yeah.
And so that's going to color our experience with the film now. That lady who was writing the novel, that never came back. That just fell off the...
That's true.
It just fell out of the movie.
It was just like they made these really quirky little characters for the teachers because it's fun.
Yeah. I think that with these kinds of films, there's probably a 2.5 hour cut of this movie. And they just whittled it down until the test audience, the focus groups were like, this is good.
Right.
You know, they're aiming at a very particular demographic of that PG-13, sexual hormones starting to come into play.
Yeah.
They're aiming at that particular crowd. And it's like, it's perfect for that group. With respect to what it was intended to do, it's a perfect movie. With regards to someone like myself who's older and looking at this like, this is a film. It's like, this is far from perfect. This is a very, very flawed movie. But in terms of what it was set out to do, it accomplished its goal, like, very, very well.
Was there anything that you enjoyed at all from this film?
The time machine element of it all. I thought that Julia Stiles was cool. Some of the acting was cool. It was really neat to see Heath Ledger. I mean, this was, 10 years before he passed away or something? Not even that. Like, he passed away in 2007 or something?
Did he really?
I forget exactly what year it was when he passed away.
And to think, like, going from something like this to his more prolific, iconic roles like Joker.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
Heath Ledger had a very interesting career. It wasn't that long of a career as far as my experience goes, but he had a very cosmic growth, because he went from this to The Patriot. Like, eventually he did Brokeback Mountain and Joker, and it's just like the movies he was doing was just insane. Like, his growth was pretty phenomenal.
But I think even from watching this, you can tell that there's something about him. Like, there's something different. There's something special.
Yeah.
There's something magnetic when he comes on the screen and he just lights it up.
Yes.
And all you want to do is watch him, because watching this again, I'm just like,
he's
wow.
He's definitely charismatic.
Heath Ledger steals the show.
No, he's definitely charismatic. I felt bad for Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character in the film, because he got sidelined in what felt like his story. The movie sort of dupes you, and I think that has to do with the fact that it's borrowing so much from Taming of the Shrew.
The source material. He's not the main character.
In Taming of the Shrew, as I recall, it was an ensemble. This was not so much an ensemble.
Sure.
It was more of a bait and switch, where you're led in with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who was known for Third Rock from the Sun, and then really the movie's about Heath Ledger. But
I thought Joseph Gordon-Levitt did a really lovely job as well. Like, he was just so adorable as that kind of sweet guy who wants to get the girl, and then he's probably representative of a lot of teenage guys who are like kind of awkward. Like, I know I said it a lot while we were watching it, but I just kept thinking of you because of the stories that you used to tell me, you in high school and stuff like that, and how awkward things were for you sometimes. And so I'm watching him and I'm like, oh my God, I can just imagine.
That was me, except without the car. I didn't have a car in high school. I mean, at some point, I kind of had a Toyota Tercel. That's why I know the reference, because that's an old car. Like, I think that was that specific brand was even old when this came out. So it was kind of hilarious that was what was mentioned in the film. All that stuff is just cool because it's like a flash. It's like, memory lane for me. Like, I remember that. I remember that.
And it certainly does feel super 90s.
It's a time capsule, And the music as well was also interesting, because at that time, movies used to sell themselves a lot on the soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
They would always advertise it in the commercials, where you'd see the soundtrack that's accompanying the film. And so the movies were just littered with these pop songs in an effort to get people for the film to make more money off of that music, right?
Yeah.
Off of these licensed songs. And at that time, most of what you were getting was rock music. You got to remember that what's it called? Nirvana came out from Seattle, of course, and that was just the scene. 9 Inch Nails, Nirvana, Slipknot, all those famous bands from that time. You had at the beginning of the movie, Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah.
You had that music too. You always had this cacophony, this collection of songs that just made up that palette, right? And eventually it transitioned into the 2000s over to more and more and more hip hop. And so I remember that era when it was more predominantly rock music, in that scene. Hip hop was already popular, but it wasn't taking up the scene the way rock music did back then. And then it felt like rock kind of faded into obscurity in favor of hip hop, even though rock is still there, but it's just not anywhere near as popular. We have a handful of bands we can name, immediately. We have Muse, we have Black Keys, we have Yeah Yeah Yeahs. And how many more rock bands can you really think of that are still popular, prevalent, making music, and still selling?
Right,
you know what I mean?
Pop music wise. I'm sure if you listen to indie or alternative music all the time, you can drum off 50 different bands,
I'm a fan of Saint Motel. I would categorize them as rock pop,
Sure.
Not hip hop.
Yeah, I mean, they're more of an indie band, but yeah.
I enjoyed it conceptually more than anything else, if that makes any sense. I know that sounds kind of like a weird compliment to the film, but it's just it's neat that they did that, and I kind of wish that they would do this again, or do it more, of taking these classic stories and just putting a new skin on it.
Yeah, they used to do that a lot in the 90s and maybe still today. Like, you know that Clueless is based off of Jane Austen, right?
I don't even know what Jane Austen is.
Jane Austen is a writer. I think it's based off of her book Emma. In the 90s, there was a lot of that where they were taking from classic literature and then just, you know, adapting it for modern day. Because like you said, the stories are universal at heart. They work. And even when you apply it to a high school setting, it really tickled me as well to have some of those Shakespeare references thrown in, like just random lines from the play.
Yeah, that was interesting how they like married the two of like modern speak and Shakespearean speak and like constantly just had it straddling that fence the entire time. That was unusual to me. And it took me a second to acclimate. And then eventually I was like, okay, fine. That's just the style. Like,
yeah,
it's a little bit heightened. What was also fascinating is that the young girl, Bianca, she felt like a young girl, like to me. I'm like, oh yeah, like she feels like a girl in high school.
Yeah.
Like that. It was all too, save the Last Dance, which is another Julia Stiles film. Wasn't she supposed to be in high school or was she supposed to be older than high school? I can't remember. I think she was supposed to be in high school.
She was in high school and then she was auditioning to go to a dance school.
You go back and watch that film and they don't look high school. What I'm driving at is Julia Stiles here looked like they were in high school. And so I just thought they felt very age appropriate. And I thought that was neat. Some of the comedy was interesting. I think it was Bianca on the bow and arrow and she shot the guy in the butt and they look and they just keep the conversation going. I thought that was a very interesting choice. I would have laughed harder, but I think I had to pee at the time. And so I had to just keep it in, you know. I enjoyed that style of comedy of just sort of ignoring it and keep a straight face and keep going.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to making a thing of it, which is what really would have happened. The smoking thing never came back. Like, he never committed to not smoking anymore. I wish I could have seen the transition of Joseph Gordon-Levitt from being the guy who's too much of a wimp to actually ask the girl out to asking her out properly. Like, because we never actually saw that.
No, because she basically was like, I like you.
I know.
She kissed him.
She stormed off.
Yeah.
She stormed off during the French lesson. He never actually had that scene where he asks her out because you get it without that scene.
Yeah, it's implied.
It's implied, so it works for the teenage audience. For me, I wanted to see that growth in his character. So I'm thinking of this from a writing standpoint, from a character standpoint.
Sure.
There's two parts of my brain working at the same time. Like the kid part of my brain, that how I would have felt watching this at the time, and then like the writer part of the filmmaker part of my brain. All in all, it makes for like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a cute movie. I think coming back to it, I was like, I liked it so much more when I was a teenager, and now it's just like, oh, that's really cute. You know, watching it now that I'm much older. My favorite part, the part that really stuck out to me, was just the end monologue. That was the part that stuck in my memory, and so I was just waiting the entire movie for it to reach the end, where it's like that emotional climax of like, these are the things I hate about you, but actually, I love you, you idiot. Made me cry a lot when I watched it the first time, but this time I was just kind of like, oh, it's sweet.
It might have been too saccharine, but it would have been neat if there was a way to have change with I can't remember the black teacher's name, the one who was teaching English, basically.
Yeah.
If there was a way to have a change, a growth with his character as well, because he just hated Julia Stiles.
Yeah, it was all one note, and sometimes I was just like, especially towards the end, where she wasn't really doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
And he was still just
like blanket hatred.
Yeah, I was like, okay, man, calm down.
It would have been cool if there was some sort of growth in that area. But again, like,
it's not that movie.
It's not that movie.
Yeah.
It had a clear objective in mind, and it met that objective. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you did what you set out to do. So I can't fault it for that.
Are you more open to watching some more like rom-coms that I choose for you?
As long as you can make sure there's no shit in my teeth. There was just this big black bean. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be
I did tell you about it.
Great look. You told me about it 90 minutes before we started shooting. I was ready to shoot.
You had 90 minutes.
I was ready to shoot like very close to that time, and Achara was just preoccupied with something. I don't know what.
I was working.
I don't know what. Oh yeah, that's what you call it. The hair and all that. I'm gonna look good for this.
This is natural.
I'm gonna look good for this. I had a good time.
Yay! Good. If you guys have other rom-coms that you would like to see Jaby's reaction to, then post them in the comments below. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Click that subscribe button, upvote this video if you enjoyed what you watched. And we'll catch you in the next one. I'm Achara KIRK, and this is
Jaby Koay.
Ciao.
Peace out.